and today is part 3 of my little mini 3-part series of meditating. The first part I did was how to relax, use meditation for relaxation, relaxing your mind. The second one I did yesterday, part 2, I did how to use meditation for visualization. And today is how to receive messages from spirit during meditation or from higher self. This one took a little while to obtain and to get used to and to really kind of master, because I wanted to make sure you learn the difference between your own voice and your higher self, or from spirit or from God or whatever. You're gonna know. You will start knowing the difference. Like, is this myself telling me these things? But in all reality, it is. But it's a difference between you and your higher self, because your higher self is when you're connected to, spirit and your subconscious. And I'll explain a little bit of that. It could be a little confusing, so bear with me. I hope I explain it the best way possible, okay? If you have any questions, you can always write your questions below in the comment box, and I'll gladly answer them the best way I know how. Or suggestions or things that I've missed, you can always comment in the comment section. And before I get started, please click like and subscribe to my page. Turn on that notification bell so you can get my videos on alert. And here we go. So the first thing, as I always tell you guys, to start out meditation is your breathing. Okay, always do at least 2 to 3 minutes of breathing. And like I said, you can breathe from your belly, which is your solar plex. You can breathe from your mouth, or you can breathe from your nose. Remember, inhale 4 and exhale 4. Okay, it counts 4 counts. Okay. And get your mind ready and how to prepare for messages. So you can either be very specific before you start the meditation. So you can say, I would like messages about this situation, or sometimes I just want messages just to know what I'm supposed to do or paths I'm supposed to take, or I'm just open to receiving messages. Sometimes I don't even want to know a specific answer, a specific thing. I just want to receive messages, like things like I need to know, or that are going to guide me for the day or for the week or for the month or whatever. So when you're preparing to hear messages, the thing is, you kind of have to have ego out of it, and you have to kind of have yourself out of the equation. And by doing so, meaning you can't go into it on what you want to hear. And that's the hardest thing about, to me, one of the hardest things about receiving messages. You have to be open to receive the messages you're supposed to be receiving. Okay, you're supposed to hear to help you better your life, or to help you better yourself, whatever it is. And along the way, I've heard some messages that were kind of difficult to hear, but it helped me in the long run. Just the other day, I literally got a small message when I was meditating. I literally got a small message about it. Your day may not go as well as you want it to go, or things may come up and it may be kind of distracting, but keep going. I kid you not. I don't know if I was manifesting it or not, but I was like, okay. And I kid you not, like, my video maker wasn't working. There were some issues at the grocery store I went to with some crazy energy. And I was like, wow, but I was prepared for it. And I just was like, okay, but the rest of my day went well. But I was open and I was prepared for it. And I think I'm glad for that message, because it prepared me. But another tip, besides the breathing and putting ego aside when you want to receive messages, I say, remember that, how can I put it? I put it this way. When you're wanting to hear messages, oh my God, it just totally left my mind. Oh my goodness, that has never happened to me before. I'm thinking about it too hard, I guess. Okay, but come back to me, Spirit, come back. I'm not going to cut this out because this is part of the process of me doing videos, so this is what happens. But part of the tip, here it is, part of the tip of getting messages and receiving messages is make sure you have a clear mind and you're not putting too much on your mind while meditating. And for example, don't try to be so hard on yourself if you don't get a message. Don't try to visualize and relax your mind and do all that at once. Try to do it step by step, if that makes sense. So maybe set your timer for 15 to 20 minutes, I say, when you're trying to get messages from Spirit. So try to do one thing at a time. So first, relax your mind. If you want to visualize, go ahead and visualize, but don't try to visualize and get messages at the same time. I mean, if it happens that way, great. But if it doesn't, don't try to force things to happen, if that makes sense. Just when you're meditating, let things just happen naturally. Let things come to you naturally. Now I'm going to get a little deeper into it, and this takes some time. It took me a while to get to this state. I'm able to differentiate like the difference of self, of myself, of higher self, and of spirit. I know the difference of when it's spirit, and I know the difference of when it's just me, or I know if it's like a spirit guide, or I know the difference or of a loved one sending me messages as well. And how you know is practice. It's just a feeling of instinct, and it's just a feeling of knowing, like you just know. And it's hard to explain, but you just know the difference. You just feel the difference. You just know what voice is what and what. But it's not even like a voice, like I can't really explain to you. It's like you hear me speaking to you. It's kind of like an instinctual voice speaking to you. Like you just know it's spirit. You just will know, okay? And it takes practice. It takes doing it over and over and over. And trust me, you're going to be a pro. It could take a week, it could take a month, it could take a couple of months, it could take a year. I don't think it'll take that long. But I do feel if you keep being open to spirit and be open to messages, you will start receiving them and start knowing the difference, okay? I've connected with my brother that has passed away. I've connected with my grandmother that has passed away. Connected with my friend that passed away. I've connected and heard messages through meditation. And you will get there. And what I say when I'm receiving these messages, before I receive these messages, I do say, I am open to receiving messages, and all messages received and all that's around me is a white light and of goodness, and they're of God and higher self. So I make sure that I'm protected while I'm getting these messages. Now I'm going to do another video, and I'm going to tap into it a little bit today. I don't want to go into it too deep because I don't want the video to be too long. But another helpful, and only do this is something I only recommend if you are in a good space in your life, or even if things are not really going well in your life, you're in a good headspace of positivity. I don't talk about this often, but because it is a serious and it is a high vibrational thing to do, but I recommend, if you're ready, looking into opening the third eye. And a lot of people associate that with evil, and I mean, if you are coming at a place of ego and wanting to gain more power and control, yes, you can invite things and spirits and entities that are not of good. But if you're opening your third eye for even more clarity and even and more messages and of good and of not of ego, and to help yourself and for self-love and to help others, then it's okay. Trust me, I was one that I was like, I'm not touching that third eye thing, But once I did, my third eye kind of opened on its own, and that's another story. But my third eye was kind of trying to open, it kind of opened on its own, and I had to learn how to deal with it, because I'm clairvoyant, I'm empathic, I'm a medium. So they were like, hey, you need to open so we can communicate with you. So another form of communication is opening up the third eye. And once again, I suggest you do that. Opening your third eye is a very huge spiritual awakening, and it's very intense, and in a good way. But if you're not ready for it, it can be intense in a negative way, and you may not be ready for it, and you can invite things that are not of God. And I recommend you do it when you're ready, and do it and ask advice from people that have had their third eye opening, like me, that knows what that entails. But you can receive messages faster and quicker through opening your third eye. Okay, but that's a whole nother video, and that's just a suggestion. But without the third eye, without opening your third eye to receive messages as well, I suggest that when you're receiving messages, you may receive messages not during meditation, but you may receive the message after the meditation. You may get a sign, you may get a message from somebody. The angels or God may send you somebody that you needed the message, like confirmation. So like I said, don't be so hard on yourself if you don't get the message during meditation, because the point of meditation and the point of meditating is to open yourself up to receive messages. Okay, so if you don't get it during, that's fine. Sometimes I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything coming through. I just feel so relaxed and inner peace, and that's fine. But you might get the message afterwards, through song, or it may come to you, and that's another huge one. A lot of messages come to me as well. I'll be writing, or I'll be watching TV, or I'll be cooking, and boom, the answer to a problem or an issue, or the answer to something will just hit me. And that's because the power of meditation, because I was open to receiving it. So there are several ways. There's other ways to get messages, and you can get them during meditation, you can get them after meditation, or you can get them while you're sleeping, or you can get them in your dreams. Okay, so the subconscious, remember, your subconscious is always going, it's always coming. So that's how you can receive messages. And just remember, if you don't get messages right away, don't freak out. Okay, once again, this comes with practice. This comes with you doing this on a daily routine, or doing this more than 2 to 3 times a week. You will start to get in a habit, and you'll start to notice, and you'll start to know what if, when it's spirit, when it's God, when it's higher self meaning above you, basically you, but a higher self, spirit. Okay, and you're in that state of receiving. I know it sounds crazy, and explaining it out loud sounds crazy, but I hope I explained it the best way. And so I hope that helped. And once again, please click like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or any other tips, please share them with me. And remember, you are worthy of great things. You are worthy of greatness. And we are loved. All right, I love y'all. Have a wonderful Friday, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.